electric field due to a charged shell. Let this be a spherical shell. This shell is charged by Q and radius of the shell is R, capital R. We have to find electric field at a point outside the shell, somewhere here. First case. Second case, electric field at a point close to the shell, nothing but on the shell. This is second case. Third case, electric field inside the shell. So we have to discuss these three. So for symmetry, we have to assume spherical Gaussian surface. So in earlier case, we assumed cylinder, and in this case, let us assume sphere, Gaussian sphere. Okay, and let us understand how to use Gaussian sphere and how to find expression for electric field outside, on the surface and inside the shell. Consider a charged spherical shell of radius r in air or vacuum. Why do we consider air or vacuum? Just to avoid the term epsilon r, because for air or vacuum epsilon r is 1. Okay. Let Q be the charge on the shell, because charge resides on the surface of conductors. So Q be the charge on the shell, outside the shell. First case, electric field outside the shell. Let P be a point outside the shell at a distance r from the center. And keeping r as a radius, let us construct a Gaussian sphere. Keeping r as a radius, a Gaussian sphere is constructed. Let this be a spherical shell. Center of the spherical shell, O. It is charged. Radius of the shell is capital R. Let P be a point outside the shell at a distance r from the center. This is distance from the center. Keeping r as radius, a Gaussian sphere is constructed. So this is the Gaussian sphere. This is the conducting shell. Okay. Area vector drawn at this point. Point has no area. That is why we have to consider small region which is almost flat. For this small region, this is the area vector. We know that area vector should be perpendicular to the sphere. Area vector should be along the radius. So this is area ds. So ds is area of this small patch. So total surface area of this Gaussian sphere is S. Okay. Which is equal to 4 pi. This distance from the center is small letter r. So 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square total surface area of Gaussian sphere. ds is small area. Because of this positive charge, electric field is also perpendicular. That also we have proved in one of the applications of Gauss theorem. So this is the electric field. Angle between electric field and area vector is 0. So theta equal to 0 degree. Now, electric flux through this small patch of area ds, denoted by d phi, equal to electric field dotted with area vector equal to E ds cos 0 equal to E ds. So d phi equal to E ds. Magnitude of electric field, magnitude of this area. Therefore, total flux through the Gaussian sphere. Total flux through the Gaussian sphere is integration of d phi, integration of d phi. We can also use summation, integration of E ds. E ds. Limits are from 0 to cover the entire sphere. Total surface area is 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square equal to E integration of ds is s with limits 0 to 4 pi r square equal to E, give upper limit 4 pi r square minus lower limit 0. So this is again E 4 pi r square. This is total flux phi. Equation 1. From Gauss theorem, total flux through the Gaussian sphere is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the Gaussian sphere. One by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the Gaussian sphere. That total charge is Q by epsilon naught. So phi. Equation 2. From equation 1 and equation 2, equation 1 flux is E into 4 pi r square. E into 4 pi r square equal to second equation Q by epsilon naught. Q by epsilon naught. Therefore, electric field is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, which is the usual constant in electrostatics, Q by r square. So this is the expression. So we already know such expression for electric field due to a point charge. What is so special about this Gauss theorem means? Gauss theorem is telling that the distance, observe the denominator, small r, observe the diagram, this point P is at a distance this much from the conductor, but you have to consider distance from the center as though entire charge is concentrated at the center. Let me repeat. What is the application? What is the outcome of this Gauss theorem means? To find electric field at a point due to charged spherical shell, we have to consider distance from the center, not from the surface. Distance from the center is r, here also there is r. So that is the application. Now vector form of this, electric field vector equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square into r cap, where r cap is the unit vector. In the diagram, r cap is this. Unit vector of the position vector for P. The electric field is outward if Q is greater than 0, means for positive charge, outward electric field. Inward if Q is less than 0. For a negative charge, electric field is towards the sphere. Gauss theorem indicates that the distance should be taken from the center of the sphere as though the entire charge is concentrated at the center. So you can call it center of charge. So point O is the center of charge. In 11th standard, that is first PUC, we have read about center of mass, where mass is assumed to be concentrated. Just like that, this is center of charge. Now let us find electric field at a point close to the surface. Nothing but on the surface. Electric field close to the surface of the shell. If the point is close to the shell, then small r is approximately equal to radius of the shell, capital R. Therefore, expression for E becomes 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into total charge by radius of this shell square. So this is the expression. Earlier it was small letter r, now it is capital R. Electric field inside the shell. Let P be a point inside the shell at a distance r from the center. As usual, keeping r as radius, a Gaussian sphere is constructed. This is the charged shell. Center of the shell is O. This is point P inside the shell. Okay. So distance of P from the center is r, small letter r. Now keeping r as radius, I should construct the Gaussian sphere. This dotted sphere is the Gaussian sphere. Okay. Now let us use Gauss theorem first. From Gauss theorem, total flux through the Gaussian sphere is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by the Gaussian sphere. And here lies the clue, equal to 1 by epsilon naught into what is the charge within this Gaussian sphere? Observe, charge is outside the sphere because shell is outside the Gaussian sphere. There is no charge inside the Gaussian sphere. Therefore, this total charge is 0, which is equal to 0. So flux is 0. But flux is electric field dotted with area, which is equal to 0, implies that electric field should be equal to 0. Means there is no electric field inside the shell. The application of Gauss theorem is telling that there is no electric field inside the shell. The electric field inside the shell is 0. Probable questions from Gauss theorem. Mention an expression for electric field at a point due to an infinitely long straight charge conductor. So this is from the application, first application of Gauss theorem. Just the expression for 1 mark. How does electric field depends on the distance from an infinitely long straight charge conductor? Electric field is inversely proportional to the distance for 1 mark. Derive an expression for electric field at a point due to an infinitely long straight charge conductor. So this is for 4 marks or 5 marks. Prove that electric field is always perpendicular to an infinitely long charge conductor. You have to write first half of the derivation, that is for 3 marks. Now from second application. Mention an expression for electric field at a point due to a thin charged sheet of infinite area. Electric field equal to sigma by 2 epsilon naught. 1 mark. I suggest you to write the terms where sigma is surface charge density, epsilon naught is absolute permittivity of free space. Okay. To be on safer side, please mention those. How does electric field depends on the distance from a thin charge sheet of infinite area? For 1 mark, it is independent of distance. It doesn't depend on R. You can observe that in the equation. Derive an expression for electric field at a point due to a thin charge sheet of infinite area. This can be for 3, 4 or 5 marks. Now from the third application, charged spherical shell. Mention an expression for electric field at a point on the surface of a charged spherical shell. Just expression for 1 mark. Mention an expression for electric field at a point outside a charged spherical shell. There are 3 cases, right? Outside, on the and inside. So this is outside. Mention an expression for electric field at a point inside. 1 mark. Electric field at a point on the surface for 1 mark. Inside it is 0, on the surface, and this, yes, finite electric field. Derive expressions for electric field at points outside, on the and inside a charged spherical shell. You have to discuss all the 3, so naturally for 5 marks. Prove that electric field inside a charged spherical shell is 0. This is for 2 marks or 3 marks. You have to discuss only the third case, inside the shell. Okay, so these are the probable questions.